Hello everyone! In this week's video, I'm drawing randomly generated characters created by a random generator that I created. So I was watching Drawing with Waffles video where she is drawing randomly generated animals. To do this, she was using the website Generatorland. In her video, she said it's also possible to make your own generator on this website, and right when I heard that, I was like, ooh, I need to give this a try. So here's what my generator looks like in the creation area. You can select different categories here, but I mostly use my own words. As you can see, each one tells you information about the character, like their gender, height, age, hairstyle, hair color, eyes, eye color, what aesthetic of clothes they wear, and a random character trait. You can select a color category from the list of categories, but I found I kept getting the same colors like puce, orange, and sienna, so I made my own list of colors. Also, because there is a limit on the number of boxes, I made a part 2 of the generator to add even more random details. Okay, so let's see what I get. This is what I got, and I will read it to you in just a moment. First, let's see what the second generator gives me for the extra details. Okay, so this is what I got from the two generators. The character is a tall boy with tan skin, and they are 7. Their hair is straight and goes down to their waist. It is the color blonde. One eye is the color yellow, the other is black. They wear clothes with a soft and cute aesthetic. They are always cold. They are also a bit smart. Your character has a mole on their face. They have features of this animal, wolf. Most of the time they are talkative. They never go anywhere without their favorite phone. So yeah, we got a 7-year-old wolf boy with long hair. I'm not sure what I was expecting to get, but it wasn't this. So as you can see, I'm kind of quickly sketching out these character traits. I'm mostly doing this to help me remember all of the different details. So after I randomly generated the details for this character, I also generated details for a second character, and I wasn't going to design the characters as a pair. They were going to be separate. Like the first half of this video would be drawing the first character, and the second half would be drawing the second character. However, the second character I got seemed to have a good amount in common with this first character. The character is an average height girl with tan skin, and they are 9. Their hair is straight, and it is in a half up, half down style. It is the color periwinkle. Their eyes look like they are full of life, and they are the color white. They wear outfits with a soft and cute aesthetic. They are always cold. They are a bit concerned. Your character has a scar. They have features of this animal, bunny. Most of the time they are bubbly. They never go anywhere without their favorite plush toy. So yeah, as you can see, the second character is also a kid, has animal features, is often cold, and wears cute clothes. Because they have a lot in common, I thought it might be fun to design these characters as a pair, like they are in the same universe or story. Also, I do want to mention it is possible to get characters without animal features from the second generator. The other option is that the listed animal is their favorite animal. I just so happen to get animal features both times. But I do think this will be fun. I don't usually design characters like this. Next, I'm going to further flesh out the details. To help me do this, I went to Pinterest and found a bunch of clothes with a cute style. I'm going to use these for inspiration. The wolf character is the character I got first, but I decided to start with the bunny character because I felt like what I did for the bunny would affect what I do for the wolf. This actually isn't my first time designing a character with bunny details. A while back I made a video where I designed a bunny character named Lulu. It's kind of funny because she also has a darker skin tone like this character and wears cute clothes. Maybe they're related in some way. Maybe they're cousins. For this bunny, I thought it'd be cute if her ears flopped over instead of sticking straight up. I do have to say right now I'm not a fan of her hairstyle, mostly the bangs. I end up changing them in the more finished art I draw later. Also, I did think the thick eyebrows were kind of cute, but I also felt like they were making her look older than she was, so I decided to not stick with those in the final design. To make a character look young, giving them really thin eyebrows can help. For the outfit, I decided to draw something inspired by this sweater. I thought it was really cute and I liked the collar. Also, I'm having this character wear a sweater because it was said she is often cold, so this means she dresses a bit on the warmer side. For the lower body, I gave her shorts and tights. These may not be the warmest, but I wanted to break the design up a little bit. And I felt like the short and tight combo helped her have a youthful vibe. For her shoes, I went with a style similar to these because I thought they were really cute. But I do think these might be baby shoes. But that's okay. There are also older kid shoes that look like this style. But I thought they were really cute. Okay, now that I have a sketch of her in front view, I'm going to sketch her out in side view. This is kind of like a mini character turnaround sheet. I'm not going to draw up the back view. Maybe I would if this was for an actual project. Drawing things in different views can help you decide if you actually like those details, because sometimes things look good from one angle, but then when you draw those same things from a different angle, you may not like it as much, or it might be kind of awkward. So drawing the same things in different positions can be really helpful for figuring out the design. One part I was finding tricky are her ears. Having the flap forward in side view was slightly confusing me. Also, I still haven't figured out how I want to stylize bunny ears. I've kind of figured out how I like to draw wolf ears because of my OC Owen. He has wolf ears and I spent some time deciding how I want to stylize them, but I haven't done that for bunny ears. So now I'm blocking in the colors. The generator picked the hair, skin, and eye color for me, so I didn't have to think about those. The thing I did have to decide on was the clothing colors. For the clothes, I thought a yellow color scheme might be cute, probably because my reference was yellow, but also because I liked the yellow in combination with the periwinkle. At first I had her tights be striped, but I feel like the stripes didn't match the rest of her outfit, so I decided to make them be just a cream color. So I did really like the yellow, but I wasn't sure if I totally liked it. So I used a hue adjuster to try something different, like a pink. I did like the pink, but it felt a little bit more basic for some reason. And I was still kind of partial to the yellow. But this burgundy ribbon I added helped me notice that I like the burgundy thrown in there. So instead of brown, I used burgundy for the shorts and shoes. I feel like it's a nice balance of colors and values. So now I have a better idea of what this bunny character is like. I will design the wolf character. Also, I'm using the bunny character as a base so that I proportion them the same. I didn't want to proportion the wolf character completely different from the bunny. The generator didn't tell me what shape this character's eyes are, only that they have 2 different colored eyes. So it was up to me to choose. Because the bunny has round and lively eyes, I thought I would make his eyes the opposite and have them be more square and a little more bored looking. I couldn't quite decide where I wanted to place his mole. I decided to place it by his eye for now because I figured I wouldn't forget it right there. I have a tendency to give my characters moles and then forget about them. For his clothes, the generator picked soft and cute clothes like it did for the bunny, and this got me thinking that maybe the bunny gave some clothes to the wolf, and since he's also often cold, she gave him a sweater. Now you might be thinking, why does the bunny need to give him a sweater? And I'm thinking maybe she comes across this wolf in a forest and he's alone, and that's why I drew him with torn pants and no shoes. I came up with him being in the forest idea because of his super long hair. For the most part, boys don't often have hair down to their waist, so I was trying to think of reasons as to why his hair is like this. Also, I'm not sure if he's completely alone in the forest because I don't know if a 7-year-old could survive in the forest alone. Maybe he's with someone else, but I'm not totally sure. He's surviving somehow. Also, I decided to make his hair partially cover his black eye. He has a yellow one and a black one, and to make the black one feel more mysterious, I thought I would partially cover it. Plus he's a young child, so his hair is probably always going in his face. I do have to say I have a much easier time drawing the wolf ears, plus I like them because they make more sense to me. I think of the wolf ears as they go down and connect to the side of the head. This way the anatomy of the inner ear stays pretty similar. But for the bunny ears, I can't find a way to have them connect that makes sense anatomically speaking. I know this is all made up and it's fantasy, but I still like for things to make sense, but I can't make sense of the bunny ears. Also, I don't draw my animal characters with 2 sets of ears. I know a lot of people do draw 2 sets of ears, but I prefer to draw only 1. Even though it would be easier to draw 2, it can be a little restrictive because I feel like I always need the hair to cover the sides of their heads so it doesn't look weird. But yeah, I only draw 1 set of ears. So once again for his colors, the generator picked those and I only had to decide the outfit colors. For the sweater, I made it periwinkle and yellow. This is the bunny sweater, so I wanted to keep it with having her color scheme. But I also have the sweater be colors that work well for the boy. Also, his pants are brown just to make them look kind of old, I guess. I didn't really think about it too much. Also, I made them short because I imagine they have either worn down over time or maybe he's grown and his pants have gotten short. Also, I added a star to the sweater just to make it seem more cute, and I wanted it to be cute but not too girly. With the long hair, he already looks kind of like a girl, so I tried to make the sweater kind of gender neutral. So here are the designs of the characters. I feel like they both definitely have their own vibe. And to better learn about the characters, I decided to draw some little doodles of them interacting. So this first doodle is when the bunny gives him the sweater. She is very pleased that it fits him and she's like, ta-da! Also, they are the same height even though he is 7 and she is 9. You see, he is tall for a 7-year-old and she is average height for a 9-year-old. And I thought it'd be cute if this made them be the same height. I imagine the bunny finds it a bit odd that they are the same height even though he's younger. And maybe she doesn't like it too much. She's probably like, I'm taller if you count my ears. In the next doodle, the boy is hiding because the bunny is trying to put shoes on him. I was thinking maybe he doesn't like shoes. He thinks they are pinchy and uncomfortable. So he is hiding and the girl is looking for him. The generator said she is a bit concerned, so I think of her as kind of like an older sister character. She is very concerned for others and wants to help take care of them. So yeah, that's what I think her personality is like. I really like drawing this one. I liked drawing the ears of the wolf being back and having him curled up by the tree. Also, I imagine the bunny's ears move a lot based on her emotions. When I initially drew her, I thought they would always be flopped over, but as I was drawing these sketches, I kept moving them around. I always feel like doing little doodles like these always help me to get to know characters better. The last doodle is pretty simple. So the generator said that the wolf character is often talkative, and he is, but you have to get close to him first. He won't talk until he feels comfortable to do so. It also said he was a bit smart, so I imagine that he is smart about really random topics that he finds interesting. For example, I'm going to make him talk a ton about trees right here. And the girl's like, whoa, you do talk. So here are all my little doodles. I had a lot of fun drawing these and getting to know the characters more. And now that I do know them a little bit more, I want to draw something a bit more finished. Shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I've talked about Skillshare many times and how the classes on there have taught me so many things. I often like art-related classes like animation and drawing classes, but my brother has even been using Skillshare to learn about coding. He already knew a decent amount about coding, but wanted to level up his skills, so he decided to check out Skillshare and was really pleased with how many classes there were on coding. And he was able to learn even more in depth and learn things he didn't know before. Since I'm designing characters in this video, a class you may find interesting is Character Design Crash Course. Dynamic Design in 4 Steps by Melissa Lee. In this class, Melissa will take you through her 4-step process for designing a dynamic character, which includes coming up with a story and concept, creating rough thumbnail sketches, refining your design and finalizing the details, and finally clean up and color. If you are interested in trying Skillshare for yourself, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. You can try as many classes as you want at no extra cost to you. You could even check out my Skillshare class. In my class, I show you how I make an illustration in Ibis Paint X from start to finish. So go join Skillshare today, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I had 2 ideas. The first was to draw a finished illustration of the 2 of them together, and the second was to draw a kind of comic book page or webcomic scene, if that makes sense. I had this one scene that I couldn't get out of my head, so I decided to go with the second option because it really interested me. Also, I'm going to be drawing this in my webcomic style, so it's going to be more simple, the line art will be thicker, and the coloring will be super simple. Firstly, I'm adding the panel lines and word balloons. In this case, they are boxes because the girl is kind of narrating her thoughts to us. For my webcomic, I usually do storyboards first, and they are very, very rough, but they help me get an idea of what I want on each page. But because this is only 1 page and I knew what I wanted to do, I skipped doing the storyboards. First, I'm sketching in the bunny character. She's in 3/4 view and is very surprised because she just found the boy in the forest. Also, I think I've decided on their names. So this is Candace. I chose this name because it can mean white, pure, and sincere. Candace has white eyes and I think of her as being pure and sincere, so I feel like it works well. I was thinking about naming her Alice because Alice in Wonderland and the White Rabbit, but that feels like it's been a little overdone. So yeah, I chose Candace. I was thinking maybe she sometimes goes by Candy for short. Her last name is Coella. According to what I found, Coella means rabbit. So her full name is Candace Coella. I guess I still need to decide on her middle name. But that doesn't matter too much. In all of the chapters of My Next Door Neighbors I've made, their middle names have never come up. So next I'm drawing the wolf character. I decided to have him be coming out of the panel to make him feel more important. And also I just needed more room. He is standing in 3/4 view and he's kind of scowling. I think maybe he's a bit scared of Candace, so he's a bit on guard. Also, he's holding a stuffed bunny that belongs to Candace, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. So this is my rough sketch, and I did do a cleanup sketch, but we are going to skip to the line art because we are starting to run low on time, and I thought it'd be more enjoyable to watch slower line art footage compared to super speed sketch and super speed line art. So for the wolf's first name, I decided on Sullivan, but he goes by Sully. I chose Sullivan because it means black-eyed, and he has one black eye, so I felt like it fit well. Plus I thought Sully sounded cute, and I could totally see Candace calling him that. I was also considering naming him Blake because it means black. Blake is more common and popular and is maybe a bit more normal, but I kind of liked the uniqueness of Sullivan, and he just didn't really look like a Blake to me. So for his last name, it is Sylvester. I chose it because it means wooded or wild, and since he's a wild child in the forest, I felt like it was perfect. So his full name is Sullivan Sylvester. Now that I say it out loud, it sounds kind of fancy. Now I'm going to explain a bit of the story surrounding this scene. So Candace and her family recently moved to a new home out in the country, and behind the house there is a very large forest. Not long after moving in, Candace asks if she can go explore a little bit. Her parents say yes, but warn her not to go too deep into the forest. Candace promises that she won't go too deep into the forest and makes her way to it with her plushy periwinkle. Candace enters the forest and she starts exploring. She was worried the forest would be scary, but to her surprise it isn't. The sunlight shines through the leaves and the summer breeze traveled through the branches. After a while, she gets tired and decides to take a break. She sets Periwinkle down next to her and sits against a tree. After a few minutes of resting, she suddenly hears some rustling. In a panic, she starts to look around for where the noise is coming from. To help calm her nerves, she reaches for her stuffed toy, but it's no longer there. For a split second, she sees movement in the bushes and a shadowy figure holding Periwinkle. The shadowy figure dashes away, and without hesitation, Candace starts chasing whatever took her friend. She runs and runs but can't seem to catch up. Whatever she is chasing is super fast and seems to know the forest really well. Her legs start to give out and she starts to lose hope of getting her friend back. But with a final push of determination, she finally makes it and sees what took Periwinkle, and she was shocked by what she found. So yeah, that's the kind of scenario my head came up with. Sully saw the toy and wanted to take it for himself. I imagine it was not easy for Candace to get it back from him, but after enough pleading, he probably eventually gave it back. Oh, also, when it comes to the phone that was mentioned by the generator when I first started, I imagine it's a flip phone and that he doesn't know how to use it, and plus it doesn't have any battery, so it's not functioning. But he carries it around with him because it's special to him, and maybe because it belonged to someone. So those are my randomly generated characters, Candace and Sullivan. I kind of said this before, but they were not what I was expecting to get. When I kept testing out my generator to make sure it worked, I kept getting things like they have a half-shaved head, their hair is orange, and they wear dark academia clothes. But I ended up with these two little precious babies. I had so much fun doing this. I love to make new characters, and the generator made me do something new and out of my comfort zone. It really got my creativity flowing, and I loved thinking of how these two characters interacted. Also, if you want to try out my two generators for yourself, there are links to them in the description. And if you make anything, I'd love to see it. You can tag me in your post or video, or maybe I'll even make a hashtag. But yeah, I would love to see what you all make with it. So that is all for this video. But before we end, I want to say thank you so much to my wonderful YouTube members and patrons. I am so thankful for their support. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week in my next video. Bye!